Okay, good afternoon, honorable judges, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's really my great honor to be given this chance to share with you my lesson presentation. My lesson presentation is made up of two parts, namely the teaching objectives and the teaching procedures. I would like to begin with the teaching objectives. By the end of this lesson, I do really hope that my students will be able to gain general knowledge on the virtual revolution. And also, they will be able to talk about the pros and cons of the web. And they will also be able to use listening skills and strategies. You know, nowadays, many teachers do realize the importance of the students' learning. However, while they teach, they still focus more on their way of teaching rather than how the students learn. So I'm also going to, in this lesson, show them some listening skills and strategies that they will be able to use in their autonomous study. Now, I would like to talk about the procedures by which I can achieve the above-mentioned objectives. The first step, I would like the students to do a research. This is a task that I assign to my students before they come to the class. They will try to find out the virtual revolution. The topic of the research is the virtual revolution, a blessing or a curse. You know, the students will be told that the video clip they are going to watch in this lesson will be somewhat difficult. It's quite difficult for them. So with enough general knowledge on this topic, it will be much easier for them to understand what the video clip is about. So I would like them to do a research on this. I would encourage them to use the web to get information. Nowadays, it's really very important for the students to learn how to get information from various sources, including the web, the library, etc. And also, in the second step, I would like to ask my students to predict. Well, I will let them watch the video clip with the voice turned off. They will simply focus on the visual support, on the visual. Will simply watch this video clip. However, they do not listen. They cannot hear anything. In this way, the students will they will rely somewhat on the visual support to help them better understand this video clip later. And after watching this, while they're watching this, I would like the students to predict, to guess what this video clip is mainly about. And also, the difficulties the students might encounter. For example, they'll find that there are many speakers in this video clip. What the speakers' ideas might be, and the speakers might speak a little bit fast. So these are the difficulties that the students might encounter while they watch this, so that they will be able, I'm going to help them find out the strategies that they can use. For example, listening selectively. That is to say, they do not have to catch every single word. They just try to get the content words, the key information that is shown to us in this video clip. And also, they may use the strategy of cooperation. That is to say, the students can help each other while they are doing this task. Okay. And also, the students might use the strategy of inferencing. That is to say, while they watch this video clip, they might miss quite a lot of information. They do not catch every single word. However, with the strategy of inferencing, they might be able to fill in the gaps of the input. And then I would like the students to watch this once for just try to get the main idea of it. Okay, then after watching this once, I would like them to listen. Instead of watch, I would like them to listen for details. Then questions will be posed, such as, why do the journalists go to Africa? What is the reason why they go to Africa? That is to say, Africa, is the birthplace of mankind, but it's not the past that bring the people there, but the future. They go there to find out what the future will be like in Africa. And also, what changes have taken place there since the virtual revolution. And pros and cons of the virtual revolution. For example, the virtual revolution has created unimaginable wealth, and also it brings us the challenges to the authority. For example, there will be spied and censored, okay? And the bad sides also include it creates a generation of well-adults. However, it opens up new knowledge. So I would like the students to find out the pros and cons of the virtual revolution. And then also, in the very end of this video clip, the students can find that there are some celebrities, including Bill Gates, who express their opinions on this. So I would like the students to listen for details. They will be told that they do not have to write down every single word, okay? And they may just write down some content words, some keywords. And after that, I would like the students to share their opinion with their partners, and they can work together to construct a text. In this way, they can help each other reconstruct what they have heard so that they can form their own opinions, their own ideas. All right. Then after that, I will show them the original version, the original script for them to compare. While comparing with the original text and the text they have written down themselves, they will find that what they have actually understood and what they haven't. After reconstructing the text and after comparing the text they have written down and the text of the original text, then I would like them to prepare a 1-minute talk on the pros and cons of the virtual revolution. Then after that, I will ask the students to work in pairs and exchange their ideas on this topic. I will give them 10 minutes to do so. That is to say, in these 10 minutes, after sharing their information, the 1-minute talk with their partner, they will be able to exchange partners. That is to say, in 10 minutes, they will be able to talk on the same topic for 5 times. When they talk on the same topic for the 5th time, they'll find that they will be able to speak much more fluently. And this can help them to build up their confidence. They will be more confident so that they will be able to learn English in a more positive attitude and a more positive way. And finally, I will give them the assignment and ask them to do the research once again. And that to say, I'm going to tell them that in the next period of class, I would like the students to have a debate. I will divide the whole class into 2 groups, one for the pros and one for the cons of the, one group is for the virtual revolution. That to say, the virtual revolution brings us more advantages. And the other group, the other team, will focus on the negative side of this topic. Okay, and I think that's all for my presentation. And in my class, I do hope that the students can work actively. They can cooperate with each other. And so I really hope that this lesson is student-centered rather than simply the teacher presenting the knowledge to the students. Thank you very much.
Okay. I have 2 questions for you. Now, you have asked the students to research into the notion, is our wild digital world a blessing or a curse? Now, I would like to know what's your opinion.
Well, I do hope that my students can have a critical view. That's also my view. We should not look at the same from simply one aspect. They are both the good sides and bad sides of the web, the virtual revolution. The virtual revolution does bring people together, people all around the world. We can share ideas. You know, it's much easier for people nowadays to get information. Even though when we are doing research, it's much easier for me to find out the books, including the e-books that I would like to read. For example, I know a website named Gigapedia. I can find quite a lot of e-books there. They are free. And also, the virtual revolution, the web, does enlighten people's ideas, inspires people. And there is a website also I would like to recommend to you all that is named TED. T is for technology, E for entertainment, and D for design. People, celebrities, including Bill Gates, including the First Lady of America, they go to they do a kind of presentation for about 20 minutes. Then these video clips are put on the web. They are free. The students, people can download the video clips for free. There are also transcripts there as well. And I would, you know, in my class, I do encourage my students to visit this website to find information, because this website, the purpose of this website is to inspire the people's mind, to inspire people, okay? And so, but however, there are also disadvantages, but we need to think critically and find out how we view it. For example, some of my students, they play computer games, the web games online, and some of them do that, you know, the whole night. And this is something really bad for the students. However, I think as for a teacher, I need to guide them to use the internet in a kind of positive way to help them instead of bringing them obstacles in their way of growing up. Thank you very much.
Okay. Now, in your presentation, you have mentioned many a way of teaching listening comprehension strategies. Now, how do you manage to keep a balance between developing listening comprehension and speaking ability in a spoken English class?
Well, listening activities do bring quite a lot of input to the students. The students can get quite a lot of input through listening. However, it doesn't mean that the more they listen, the more or the better they will be able to speak. Listening can also bring the students some topics for them to discuss, some topics that they are interested in, and some topics they do not know well, however, they might be able to talk about later. So in my class, I will combine these two. They will get information, they will get the content of the topic, and then they may discuss later on this topic with information that they get through the input. They can also talk about this later. Okay, then that's how I answer this question. Thank you very much.
However, after all, this is an English class. We have to teach the students the language. Have you noticed there are any useful expressions you think you should draw your students' attention to in your teaching?
The expressions, you mean in this video clip?
Yes.
Well, I do find some expressions, for example, the birthplace of mankind, the birthplace of something, okay? And it's the future that brings us here. Then, for example, hook up to the globe, okay? Let's just say the small town is the latest to be hooked up to the globe. And the list can go on. But I don't think we do have enough time right now. And thank you very much.